What is going on in this league? What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, and welcome to week 11 of my weekly NFL pick show for the 2015-2016 NFL season. I don't really know what to say about last week. I mean, I only went 7-7, so it was a okay week. I lost all four of my platinum, gold, silver, and bronze picks, so it was a bad week. But then I look over here and, oh, hey, above 500 on ATS. I haven't seen you in a while. I went 9-5 against the spread, and I even went 8-6 over under. Holy crap, I had a good week last week. Kinda, sorta, maybe? So yeah, 7-7 straight up on the week. I'm now 85-61 straight up on the season. 9-5 against the spread has me back over 500 at 73, 70, and 3 pushes. Over under I went 8-6, now only 2 games under 500 at 70, 72, and 4. And like I mentioned, Green Bay, St. Louis, Baltimore, and Cincinnati all shit the bed last week, which means I lost all of my platinum, gold, silver, and bronze picks, which is the first time in a long time, if ever, that that's happened. Seems like it wasn't just a bad week for me. Seems like it was a bad week across the board, because despite having a terrible week in the Bridgewater's Finest Pick'em Pool for Season 4, I actually moved up a place. So I moved up to 21st out of 51 with 706 out of 1,144 possible confidence points. That's only a clip of 62%, and that's because I only brought in 37 out of 105 possible confidence points this week. That's only 35%. Shout out to our week 10 winner, Blackout. Blackout had an even week like I did, 7-7, and this was the best. 7-7 and brought in 53 out of 105 possible confidence points. That's only a clip of 50%, so the best person on the week only got in 50% of their confidence points. Shout out as well to Evanhosmer, who is still leading the Pick'em League, 93-53-0 on the season, 775 out of 1,144 possible confidence points. That's a clip of 68%, so everybody is under 70% right now, which means this thing's not over yet. This is still wide open, and remember, we keep going through the playoffs. So shout out to Blackout for winning Week 10 and Evanhosmer for remaining the overall leader. I'll take this opportunity to remind you, as always, that if you go to the description of this video, you're going to find the link to my MOVEMBER campaign. You're going to be able to find information on joining the Bridgewater's Finest Pick'em Pool for Season 4. It's not too late to get yourself a shout out on video. You're going to be able to find all of my results from last week as well as on the season, all of my against the spread and over-under plays for Week 11, and links to the NFL YouTube Prognosticators Facebook page, as well as direct links to other high-quality NFL YouTube prognosticators. Remember, get your Geo Knows nominations in now, and for me, please, and thank you. Before we head into the picks, I'm going to give you the question of the week in the Week 11 video. As far as undefeated teams go, we are now down to 2. As I mentioned earlier, Cincinnati shat the bed last week, so we're down to 2. We're down to Carolina, and we're down to New England. One's in the AFC, one's in the NFC. My question for you this week is a simple one. Is this your Super Bowl matchup? Answer a simple yes or no. But if your answer's no, tell me what your Super Bowl matchup is. All right, folks, let's do this. Week 11 picks. Here we go. We're going to start at the bottom with the bronze pick, which is no longer undefeated. It's 9-1. Bronze pick, where I am 9-1, sees the Indianapolis Colts travel into Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Falcons are going to head into this game losers of 2 straight. It is worth noting that they are 2-0 in games against non-conference opponents, which is what this game is. But that defense has really looked shaky lately, and on the offensive side of the ball, unless your name is Devonta Freeman, seems like you're underperforming. I did, however, just pick up Jacob Tamme in one of my fantasy football leagues, so here's hoping he has a breakout game. Meanwhile, the Colts are coming into this game winners of their last game, but they're coming in without Andrew Luck. Now, last time this happened this season, Matt Hasselbeck played pretty well. But it's also worth noting that Indianapolis has also played 2 non-conference games, and they lost them both. The recipe for Atlanta to get back on track both offensively and defensively is playing against a team that is missing their all-star quarterback and has a pretty shaky defense. In the bronze pick, I'm going to tell you to take Atlanta at home to beat the Colts. Let's see if Atlanta can keep that non-conference record undefeated. My silver pick, where I believe I've lost at least 3 in a row, so my silver pick sees the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Hey, San Francisco won a game. Who'd have thought that? Blaine Gabbert, baby. He takes over this team, leads them to a win. Congratulations, go play Seattle in Seattle. The Niners are boasting far and away the worst offense in football this year, ranked number 32 amongst all the teams, and they're winless inside this division. Now, granted, the Seahawks are not exactly looking great right now. They lost their last game, they have a losing record in this division at 1-2, and they're only 4-4 in the conference. But let's be honest, you just look at these two teams, you know who's going to win. No shocks here, my silver pick, I'm going to tell you to take Seattle to beat San Francisco, big divisional game in Seattle. I don't know about that ATS line of Seattle favored by 13 points. Seems like it might be a bit much, but then again, I mean, San Francisco can't score and they can't keep people off the board, so maybe it's not too much. My gold pick, where I am 5-5 on the season, sees the Buffalo Bills traveling into Gillette Stadium to play the New England Patriots. Bills are coming into this game flying pretty high. They're winners of 2 straight, and they're actually 3-1 on the road and 3-1 in this division. This is not a gimme game by any means for the Patriots. Patriots, as I mentioned before, are of course still undefeated, so it's no point in looking at records. Here's the stat that really stands out to me for the Patriots. In terms of net points, so that's points scored minus points allowed, the Patriots are right now at a plus 134. That is far and away the best in the league, ahead of Arizona. And what that tells me is, as good as the Patriots have been offensively, the defense is no slouch either. Now don't get me wrong, Buffalo shows a lot of those tendencies as well. I just don't think they get it done this week. For the gold pick, I'm going to tell you to take the New England Patriots to beat Buffalo in New England. And despite the fact that this is 2 pretty good statistical defenses, I'm feeling a shootout in this one. And my platinum pick, where I am 5-5 on the season, sees the Washington Redskins travel into Carolina to take on Cam Newton and the dab dancing Panthers. Really, I can't believe that dance is a controversy. It's like Cam says, if you don't want him to do it, don't let him score touchdowns. The numbers here for the Redskins are kind of trending in the right direction. I mean, looks like they might have that run game back on track. They won their last game very convincingly, and they're actually 4-2 against NFC opponents. Problem being, all of those wins have come at home. They ain't at home this week. Washington is winless at 0-4 on the road, which is bad news going into Carolina, playing a team that has the number 2 statistical defense in the NFC. These are 2 fairly stout defenses, especially against the run. I would expect this to be a fairly low-scoring game, but I like the Panthers all day. So the rich get richer, and the 2 undefeated teams just aren't going to lose this week. For the platinum pick, I'm going to tell you to take Carolina to beat Washington at home. And a word of advice to Redskins fans, if you don't want Cam Newton to do the dab dance, don't let him score a touchdown. Good luck with that. Now let's take a look at the rest of my straight-up picks for Week 11 in the NFL. Here they come. That's the Week 11 show for you, folks. Comments, hate, and love, you know where they go, in the comment section below. And don't forget to answer the question of the week. It's time for the comment of the week from the Week 10 video, and this week, for the comment of the week, I feel like I'm righting a wrong. The comment of the week goes to the wonderful, the spectacular, the only reason that we're a community, Geo Knows. Geo has been giving me gold in the comment section for years, and I have yet to acknowledge him. That ends now. Every week, Geo's comments hit all the bases, and this week was no different. Here's Geo's comment from the Week 10 video. He leads very strong. Outstanding video. You really are very entertaining. Yes, I am, aren't I? The picks? Well, it's been a tough year. Yeah, I got the Monday Night Football game right too, thanks for pointing that out. My lock of the month is you will be less handsome the longer your facial hair grows. At least that's what some of the girls at work are saying, because they think you're adorable clean shaven. They're not wrong. That being said, Heartbreak Hotel, which is what I asked you last week, what team comes closest to making the playoffs in each conference but does not make it? Heartbreak Hotel goes to Atlanta, sorry Hatbox, and Pittsburgh, sorry Hatbox. Bronze pick is good, silver is bad, gold pick is very good, platinum pick is easy and solid. Well, fuck's sakes, Gio. Needless to say, your comment of the week got the 702 call. And if you don't know what the 702 call is, I'm not explaining it to you. Gio finishes by throwing down a solid prediction that the Ottawa Red Blacks will win the Grey Cup in the CFL this year. Good luck with the picks this week. Hashtag LTTMM, let's take the man's money. Thus is the beauty of a Gio Knows comment. Congratulations, Gio. It's been a long time coming, but you are the comment of the week from the Week 10 video. Gonna get you out of here on my CFL playoff picks this week. Only went 1-1 in the games last week. I'm 19-20 picking the games straight up. We're into the second round of the playoffs now, the semifinals. These two teams will move forward to meet for the, I believe it's 103rd or 104th Grey Cup. I can't remember which one it is. But these are the games this week. It is Ottawa at home taking on Hamilton, who won last week, and Edmonton at home taking on Calgary, who won last week. Ottawa, Hamilton, I like the Red Blacks at home. I like Ottawa to win this game. I think they're a team of destiny this year. Calgary at Edmonton, I actually like the underdogs here. Calgary really impressed me the last couple of weeks, just curb stomping BC, even though they're really not even on the same level. But I like Calgary to go into Edmonton and upset the Eskimos at home. That will give you a Grey Cup final of Ottawa versus Calgary. That's how it's going to be. That's it for me, Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. Wow, this feels like one of last year's videos. It's so long. Week 11 is in the books. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again for Week 12.